Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we bring you WWE NXT tonight. It's going to be a fun one, stacked card, lots going on. Charlotte's in town, lots to talk about, lots to get into. So make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, like, share, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are happy to bring you WWE NXT tonight. Lots to talk about coming off the Rumble as it ties into the show tonight. Very interesting tag match coming up your way. A couple, actually. A very intriguing night. We'll talk a lot about the matches coming up, but it's going to be a fun one. I see that chat filling up already. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You're feeling good. Tuesday in the books. Hump day tomorrow. We got lots going on here at the channel, but tonight, lots of action, lots to get into. Me and that pretty face have you for the next little bit. But I will remind you, I am Mr. Everynight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, my guy, we got NXT on the road to Vengeance Day and all that. And especially after you mentioned the Rumble, NXT had a very good showing in especially the women's Rumble.
Yeah, especially in the women's. I mean, the women's definitely had a huge presence, but and the men's as well. A big part of it, I think, showing off this future women's division, showing the depth in the women's division, and none of the picks were bad. And technically, we'll see what happens with Jordan Grace. I mean, that could have been another number in favor of the NXT brand, but ultimately, Roxy shows up, shows out. And again, I thought maybe a Soul Ruca. We talked about others, but those who got in did well.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got Roxanne, who set the record for the longest time in there. You had Julia show up. You had Stephanie Vaquer show up. I feel like I'm probably missing another person or two. But yeah, that's two halves of your kind of Vengeance Day, potentially main event right there in that triple threat with the NXT Women's title online.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Vengeance Day coming up, 2 triple threat matches. Very intriguing on the men's side. We will see a tag match tonight, folks, with Oba Trick teaming up against A-Town Down. But Oba will take on A-Town Down at Vengeance Day, 1-on-2 essentially, but a triple threat match. So maybe the beginning of the downfall of A-Town Down Under.
Yeah, well, they were chanting it. What was it last week? I believe that they were chanting "Turn on Grayson."
Right.
Now, is it officially a triple threat, or is it? Because you said it's basically a 2-on-1 match. Okay, I wasn't sure if they had labeled it that or if it was labeled as a handicap match, because Oba would smash both these guys by himself.
Right. Yeah, no, 2 triple threat matches going to main event Vengeance Day. The women, Bailey, Roxy, and Julia. And then, of course, with the men, you have Oba and A-Town Down. So, yeah, very intriguing.
Right. And well, you said it with we're getting tonight Stacks and Ridge. Well, you said it before we went live about that's probably setting up Tony versus Ridge at Vengeance Day as well.
100%. I mean, again, I like the idea. We've seen Ridge kind of have a little bit of a resurgence. He's been all right, been strong, trying to get on that Drew McIntyre vibe. Hasn't maybe got to that point yet, but a nice rivalry for him. Ridge kind of going through the family to get to Tony. So not so bad.
Now, to slightly tangent in news, but it is NXT related. Couldn't maybe a Duke Hudson worked out in this feud, or maybe paired up with Ridge or something like that? Just maybe kind of. It feels like we missed a boat there with Duke going.
I mean, we talked a lot about Duke and his ability, and he's a big man, and he moves really well. He reminds us a lot of Wade Barrett. A little surprised that he's on. Like, I don't know the full story yet. I know others out there want to pretend they know, and they just right. They admit that they're being duped, and then tell you a story as if it's true. We're like, you just told us your sources are full of shit, but now you want us to believe this from one of said full of shit sources. Thank you. That makes no sense.
Big phony.
Big phony. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I don't know the full story. I'm not quite sure why something couldn't work out with Duke. I thought he had a lot of intangibles, a lot of upside. He never got there. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we'll see if he's. It just strikes me as odd that it's a one-off.
Yeah, that it's just him too. Like normally you would see this, and I'm not calling for this to be a thing, but normally if
Right?
you see someone get released, it's one of those 4 to 5, maybe a little bit more people get released in one
Yeah.
chunk, not one individual.
Yeah. It's generally a little bit rare unless there's circumstances around which we don't fully understand. And again, we try not to report it till we know it. But yeah, I mean, again, I think we could use. I think there was something there, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. We'll find out more later, most likely. Stephanie taking on Jacy, another one of those matches, gatekeeper matches, where Steph's got to go through Jacy to get to Fallon.
Yeah, you got to go through the underboss to get to the main boss. See, I'm telling you, Fallon's the boss of that faction. But anyways, yeah. And I do think that this alone will be a good match too. Jacy's very much proven she can go in the ring. And I'm really excited for Stephanie versus Fallon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're both going to have a good match. I think it's going to be strong. I think the one with Jacy is going to be good tonight. There is a summit, a women's title match summit tonight. So the ladies will be getting together for a chit chat of some kind. Not a contract signing, not a face to face, a summit.
I think it's basically just going to be one of those kind of 3-way interviews, and they're all at like a podium for some reason. Yeah.
A reason to get in a scrap.
Well, I was going to say, I would normally say who's going to go through the table, but I feel like, we still might get one, but it's mostly just going to be a Donnybrook brawl.
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point. The other thing that's of note that I can think of tonight, Charlotte Flair will be in the building. Do you find it interesting she's poking her head into NXT because she's going to be on all 3 shows this week? This is just kind of, a hi, but no, I won't be stopping here.
I don't know. I've seen some people, well, at least fandom wise, I know what you're saying makes no sense. Like I get it of that she's not going to be going to NXT, but there is that slight little fandom idea of what if we got Charlotte versus Julia.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, no offense to anybody, but I don't see it. I don't think it's a thing. I get why they do it. You also want to kind of put NXT on that pedestal, like they matter. But yeah, no, I don't see this going anywhere. It's a nice little formality, but on to SmackDown, where her true challenger or champion awaits.
Yeah, we've been calling for it for a while now. It's going to be her versus Tiffany, and I think that's the right choice. That makes the most sense. I don't hate them running it back with Rhea, but you can get 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, and I think the Tiffany and Charlotte are going to show up and show out. I think it would be like we've talked that Tiffany's had a couple big star-making moments. Her going solid with Charlotte Flair, the queen, and really banging out a match with her and potentially having a surprise match of the night. Yeah, I mean, again, it could really make her career. I really love the sound of it. The queen versus the princess. I think I've been beating this drum for quite a while, and it fits. It fits the best.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, you make Tiffany even more of a star. You establish her as a top talent on that roster with putting her in there with Charlotte.
Right. Well, we got about 4 minutes to go, so we're going to say hello to some people real fast. Eric, how you doing? Welcome. Looking forward to some stuff. A-Town Down Under. Yeah, we'll talk about it more. But Eric, welcome. JPC, Damien, Kevin, J1. How you doing? During Grace. Yeah, the rumor is 5-year deal. So they got her for, I would call, relatively long term.
It seems like that's the kind of new MO here of allegedly Alexa's deal was 5 years as well.
Yeah, right. So 3 years, 5 years, we'll see.
Right.
But those seem like the 2 we always hear. But what up, Denisha? How you doing? Charles, liked and subscribed. Appreciate it. Welcome. Alexis, welcome back. Clay Lewis, Vance, Cherokee George, Jose, welcome, sir, the former champ. Anthony Vargas, how you doing? You do exist. There you go. Did we see the righteous? Yeah, we'll get more into that as the show goes on. But the Elias is pretty interesting for sure. Will they be used?
That's the big question. That's the biggest question.
Right. Happy NXT Day, Nick and KJ. Scott, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Paul says, read my sign. Are you there?
Right.
Waka, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome, Vance. Good to see you. LB, we cannot show the screens, but thank you for being here. Dre, Sub KJ, and Nick. You saw Jeff Cobb backstage. Can't do this anymore in New Japan. Cobb versus Oba Femi. Holy shit.
I have not heard anything even close to that, but my heart beats still if that's any way legitimate.
It'll be very interesting. And I mean, Cobb's been connected to AEW in the past, so we'll see. But Cobb's a talented guy, a tank, an absolute tank. So yeah, I mean, Jeff Cobb, Braun Breaker, let's go.
Just a Hoss division. You put him, Oba, can reinforce the ring.
Bronson comes back.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu versus Jeff Cobb. Shut the front
let's
door.
Go. Jules, welcome. How you doing? How you feeling for the show tonight? I think we're feeling okay. I mean, again, it feels like a building show. Like we're heading towards a pay-per-view. So a lot of tonight is for a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, it's all building towards Vengeance Day, and it's just that in between before the go home show.
Right. Keyshawn, John Moxley is a joke random. Very. Paul, good to see you again. Rocco, OG Dale, welcome. Boston, welcome back. Wrestling Proud, how you doing? 1996, Brendan, welcome back. Remember, folks, we are on the Twitch, and we're up to 31 Twitchers, so let's go. Help us out. We need more twitching.
Right, we're twitching out here.
Right, Bradley, welcome back. Listening to y'all and watching Top Rope Wrestling Heels and Eyes 4 in matter of minutes on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Well, welcome, Bradley. Welcome. Bloody Mess, welcome back. One of the newer names, I do believe, or somebody with a changed name. E, good to see you. Both Royal Rumble winners boring. I disagree.
100%, and I don't have enough time to go into my way I disagree with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, I disagree. Jordan, TJ, Devin, lots of new names. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, folks. Dark Match with Jericho is pure garbage. Fair enough. The movie. How's the stream going? Stream's going well, Devin. Welcome. Charles, I watched a video earlier today on the WWE Vault channel. The Hardy Boys going over the best matches kind of gave me vibes, maybe a return. A lot of people have talked now with the TNA relationship that the Hardys could slip in for something.
Yeah, I've seen people that feel like it's almost all but confirmed, especially because so far we've really seen the tag teams. We saw Fraxium go over to TNA and be involved with the Rascals and all that. So if they slide into the tag team division in NXT a little bit, not a bad choice, not a bad decision.
Right. Kat saying, hey, KJ and Nick, I saw you at the Jericho Cruise. You saw us at the Jericho Cruise? Do tell. I'm curious.
Right.
You at the cruise and I didn't know?
No, I would. You think I would ever pay to go and watch Jericho on a cruise, especially on a damn boat?
I don't think I'm allowed on the Jericho Cruise.
Or I might wear a Jared Hogan shirt on the Jericho.
100%.
You get thrown overboard before you even take off.
100%. I think I'd take one. I'd be worth it too, just for the news of taking one from Jericho.
But no, I think our buddy, the friend of the channel, Scott Woodford, was actually out there because I know he's a regular.
Yes,
our buddy, all the cruises and everything.
Kat, good to see you. Welcome. Brandon, welcome back. Cooper, good to see you. Spaz with the $5 super chat. As we are about to start any moments, folks. But remember, the super chat, super stickers, and Nick and I are about to sync up. And we will let you know if you guys can play along at home. If you want to sync up with us, as I get then.
I got then now. Then I'll let you know.
I got now.
Now.
All right, we're close. Forever.
There we
go, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to start the show. If you want to line up with us, well, right now we are together. Welcome to the Wrestling Utopia. Hope everyone out there is ready to go. Lots to talk about. Keep the chat coming. And I want to see triple digits in this chat. So be a friend, tell a friend. Share our link. Let's blow up these streams. The numbers are climbing by the minute. We're grinding towards our new milestones. So we appreciate all the support, love. And the nicest thing you can do is share the word.
Facts. As I've got the crowd shot, and they're packed to the gills and frills in there.
Yes.
Roxanne showing up. I'll read Spaz's $5 super chat. What happens first? TNA outsells the Mud Show, a TNA title match on a Big Four PLE, a true Crow promoted PLE with TNA and WWE, Jericho, and Hall of Fame. Jericho's already said he'll deny it if they offer it, which, I mean, I deny of getting WWE contract, but they ain't offering one.
Yeah, no, the TNA thing's almost already happened, so that's fine. TNA title match. I don't know about that one, but the X Division at Mania is really curious. A true promoter PLE, TNA, and WWE. That is coming, and we both predict that part of 2025.
Oh, 100%. It'll be between NXT and TNA, but I think we get like a Worlds Collide kind of show.
Absolutely. I'll be right back in 1 second, sir. I gotta fix.
Fair enough. As I've got Fatal Influence coming out right now, so that means I've got Jacy Jane. So we are. Oh, it's all three of them. But yeah, so Jacy Jane taking on Stephanie Vaquer. Let me know in the chat, folks, who you taking for this match and why is it Stephanie? Actually, then again, well, yeah, because it's not the go home show. If this was the go home show, I could see Fallon and Jasmine get involved and kind of screw over Stephanie. That may still happen, but yeah, second to the go home show, I see it going Stephanie's way. But Spaz, what up? Ken, what up? Roman, tomorrow is Dynamite. Yes, tomorrow we'll be here live for Wednesday Night Dynamite, and I'm excited actually for Ricochet versus Swerve. I think they've honestly, I know everyone Ricochet. I don't know if I'm long enough in the video I can swear yet. And throwing TP and no, he can't cut a promo. I think that what they've done so far with making him kind of the heel and everything, I dig it. And I think that's going to be a really good match between those two. But here comes Stephanie. Al Snow, what channel is it on? I can't find it on my dish. It is on the CW network, sir. I'm watching it on the YouTube TVs. How I got it. Will Evolve outdraw AW? No. I don't even know how you would track. Are there ratings for Tubi? I mean, it's free TV, so I don't know. How would you track that? I don't know. Maybe Collision? If Rampage was this thing, it maybe, but no. We'll see. I feel like I changed my mind like 5 times in that same sentence. But anyways, Tony Hayes, what up? Wonder Twins activate. Absolutely, especially when we sync up that together. Bloody Mess shared the live. Appreciate you, my guy. You get a star. A-Town Down Under. I'm really excited. You're excited for A-Town Down Under? I mean, that might be a first, but I'm excited to see them get smashed by Oba. But how will Oba and Trick coexist? But again, folks, let me know who you're taking as I got Ding Ding as all the smoke still clearing out. But Jacy Jane taking on Stephanie. WWE NXT is above AW Dynamite. So many ways, ratings, storyline. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think that that's really debatable at this point. I think that's more AW's not competing with Raw or SmackDown. They're right now competing with TNA and NXT. That's where they're at. And I'm not saying that's an extreme negative, but we just need to be real and honest with that. Well, especially some diehards out there. TJ, will you guys watch Evolve? We'll see. That's going to be interesting because I think that actually goes head to head with Dynamite, I believe, on Tubi. So that'd be really interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. I can't guarantee anything yet with that. I don't want to speak and put words in people's mouths. But TJ taking Steph, Jose, Steph, Christopher Cox taking Steph, Mega, I don't know, Steph. Well, right now, Jacy's in control. So, interessante. Propunzo. Let down your comments. Yeah, we're live, pal. Brandon, what up? Sean Reed, does A-Town Down Under break up tonight? No, they won't break up before Vengeance Day. If they do, it'll be there. I'll ask you guys in the chat, guys and gals, people, they, thems, all of the above. Do you think Theory and Waller do a run in NXT, like a solid run, like not just they're there for Vengeance Day because of the Waller effect, what have you? Like they actually are there for like a couple months. Speaking of my A-Town Down or my KJ Down, there you go.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. I mean, they're kind of lost in the shuffle. on the main roster. Yeah, it's not awful. I mean, again, is this alluding to some type of breakup? Where does that breakup take place? They might have more time, more ability to do stuff on NXT. We'll see. We'll see. Could they move back up? Yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
If they split at Vengeance Day, though, does it kind of make sense for them to maybe hang around there, or do you start it there and kick it back up?
I think you start it there and kick it back up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
John C. What up? But yeah, so who do you have served for this match, Stephanie or Jacy Jane?
I'm going Steph.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
I said before while you were on your pause there real quick of that if this was the go home show, I actually might take Jacy because I would feel like Fallon or Jasmine might get involved and kind of screw over Stephanie. My rule of look strong on the go home loses at the pay-per-view. But
yeah, I think it's just you beat Jacy and everyone's favorite move. I don't even know what they call it, and I don't care.
I think Booker's just starting to call that the shucky ducky quack quack, or just the
It's the cake mix.
The cake smash.
But yeah, Stephanie all over Jacy. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. But Waller in the main event as their pay-per-view gets set to destroy the mud show in Australia is funny as F. Also something Nick and KJ.
Love it, Smash. Love it.
Mega, thank you so much. Go Oilers. He's pumped. Hashtag Nick for Wing King.
Yeah, Christ. I got to keep my record of losing.
Hashtag we want Nick. Let's finish the story, Nick.
Finish the story on the international one. No, you and Anthony got to go 2-2. I got to be the Buffalo Bills in this.
No way. I want my crown back.
Yeah, but that would still involve me losing. So either way, I'm Buffalo. You're Kansas City. I'm
about to go 3-1. I'm getting my crown back.
Yeah.
I want my crown back. I don't know. I'm at a disadvantage. I've been fighting this. I haven't done nothing all week. Just laying in bed.
Yeah, but now you won't because you got the itis and everything like that, the illness. You won't be able to taste any of the spicy wings. You'll be like, this is nothing.
Right.
It'll just clear all your sinuses out.
It might actually help. I'll end up with a runny nose on screen.
Right. But we mentioned him earlier, but Scott Woodford back from the cruise.
What up? What up? What up? Saw some wicked pictures. Scott always out there rubbing elbows.
Jose, tell all the Nick crybabies to shut up, KJ.
Well played, Jose.
That makes you the final boss, then?
Right, the final wing boss. Well, right now, Anthony's the final wing boss.
I'm the Buffalo Wing Bills. There we go. But I'm in picture. I think you're in full picture.
Right. Yeah, I'm in full picture. Stephanie off the ropes. Back elbow from Jacy as Jacy controls throughout the commercial break.
I know, and Jacy Jane has made me eat all of my words multiple times ever since the breakup with her and Gigi. And I said, Marty just kicked Sean.
Yeah.
And she has 100% outperformed Gigi in any aspect. I think so far in WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she kind of filled that slot. She did well, kind of sliding back into that almost the Mandy role of just being the leader of the Mean Girls. And I know she had a bit of a pseudo faction before this group, but this group's been pretty locked in. Her, Fallon, the heel turn on Fallon, surprising and been outstanding for her. She got a new look, new vibe, new attitude, and Jasmine looks like she all but ready to be a star.
Absolutely. Do you think they move them up as a group or individually?
In time, why not as a group, right? You don't have a whole lot of lady groups on the main roster.
I take them over the PFC.
Yeah, exactly. We both go the same route. Sorry, KJ. What did you say? Anthony for Winky. There you go. Everybody's got love. I like it. Don't be sorry. You're allowed to cheer who you want. I'll be heel. I'll be heel. Heel.
I already said you the Chiefs out here.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I gotta be Kermit the Frog on Mike.
Don't try and make me do a Kermit the Frog.
No, I was thinking about it too. And I'm like, I'm too stuffy to even attempt it.
Yeah, no.
KJ not feeling good, setting up the win for Nick. There you go. Yeah, like if for the bookies around town, KJ is day to day right now. KJ
Right. He's a win time decision.
Right.
No, this about to be your flu game, my guy. You're about to come back like Jordan, wearing the 4-5.
Be sweating and shit.
He's gonna just pull up, hit the fadeaway on the
I'm gonna bring the hot towel. Just be sitting here.
Right.
One more round.
I got one like more. Samoa Joe and Taz.
Right. Here we go.
Oh, the Cheeky Nando's. Speaking of wings, the Cheeky Nando's kick.
I love it. Don't know why we call it Cheeky Nando's kick, but I love it. It's still the
mostly
best.
Because of, I think Ospreay kind of really started it a little bit. If I'm just going through what I remember and I know.
Yeah, but what does he have to do with Nando's? Big fan of the chicken?
Yeah, it's there. Like that's kind of like UK's KFC, I think.
Right.
Like they're like chicken spot.
I like Nando's, but Cheeky Nando's kick.
Yeah. Graveyard Shift Wrestling Show. What up? What up? What up? Shout out. Shout out.
There you go. There you go. Another $5 super chat. WWE did intergender wrestling. Would Jay versus Charlotte be the loudest crowd ever post Rumble? I don't know about that. Even if they did it, I think there's bigger matchups that would make the place go crazy.
Well,
Jacob fought
everyone that... Wait, what?
Jacob fought to Rhea Ripley. Let's go.
Oh no, you got to do like Dom versus Rhea. But I'm saying you take everybody that booed Charlotte, which I felt bad because she was actually like for a minute being actually genuinely emotional.
Crying, nobody cared.
Yeah, everyone's shut up. I don't care. Versus Jay, where they literally asked him to do his intro again so they could cheer more.
Eat the Feet by Steph. Yeah.
Ooh.
And a Meteor. Steph in control. Yeah, I mean, again, at the end of the day, I mean, she should have just left the baby face stuff at home. She tried to run it. The crowd wasn't feeling it. It made the promo a little bland and a little long. If she would have just came out and said, that's right, I always win. I'm the queen. That's what I do. I think it would have been a lot stronger and a lot better, opposed to like, I'm so proud to be here and I didn't know I was going to be, no one can boo.
But I think she was having a genuine moment, and I don't know if they fully like. I think they were trying to maybe test the waters or something. Like to me, it just felt like that was her being genuine. I see what you're saying of just go full bore of just cue people, just go straight heel, all that.
Right.
Michael Jordan scored 38 with the flu. Absolutely.
Right. I laughed at that. But this match has been absolutely solid to start the show tonight. Jacy and Steph banging it out.
This is also though like what I've liked with Penta now that he's debuted and everything on Raw. You're seeing this with Stephanie. If they're not squash matches or anything, they're coming in, and even their first couple of matches are solid back and forth with solid people.
Yeah, that's where I feel like the passe criticism on a lot of the WWE product is, well, they don't have great matches. It's all built on the story. It's all built on the soap opera. But I mean, I think they're bucking that trend over the last 8 months, 7 months.
Just because a match doesn't have a 450 doesn't mean it's not a good match. Crossbody.
Oh, big springboard, and that's it. Jasmine says, no.
How is that not a DQ, ref?
Because she missed Stephanie.
Did she really?
I guess that's the ruling. She hit her friend.
Freaking NXT Bryce Hedberg out here, can't call a DQ. Flag on the official.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
And even slides her hand out from under the rope. I like it.
Long details, my guy.
Richard. Steph's a boss. Let's go.
100%. I know we're going to get it, and I'm just still waiting for it when we get Julia versus Stephanie for the NXT Women's title.
Yeah, at some point, I imagine. I mean, it feels destined.
Oh, yeah, I see it coming down the road. I just very much, I'm interested. Oh, as Fallon's up on the table. Oh, Lash and Jakara, Soul and Zaria.
Interesting. Now, some people did try and report that Zaria was injured. Maybe she had a little bit of a bruise or something, but she's back in the fold, so that's good news.
Was his name Maeve Deltzer?
How do you feel the pairing of Zaria and Soul Ruca?
I don't hate it because it's something for them to do that's still kind of prominent and all of that. Like that's the thing, is they're still fresh in NXT a little bit and everything. They're very much, they have NXT, honestly, and what I was about to say is they have a far superior women's tag division than WWE main roster does. I will say that clear as day. There's 3 teams right here that should all be challenging for belts.
Well, and that's Zaria and Soul, Seda Lash and Jakara that you haven't found a way to make to actually win these titles. So again, some shade, some heat between the 2 teams. Oh, good. Lexis King live. Yay. Up next. 80% of the chat was correct about Stephanie, by the way.
Seemed like the, slightly obvious pick here, as I'm getting a promo for Vengeance Day. Yeah, no, we've talked about how there's so much depth in the women's division in NXT. It makes sense they're going to have those kind of little pairings as a tag team for a little bit. And who's to say down the road we don't get a Zaria, say, heel turn, and you get Zaria versus Soul Ruca for a couple matches. And I think those matches, are going to be fantastic.
Yeah, and again, you said it. You're creating this really competitive women's tag team division for my money, which is good. I mean, part of me wonders, you go down to, like, instead of having 2 separate tag champions in the men's, do you have one floating tag champ so they do what the women do?
That's what it was supposed to be. Remember, before certain people walked out of the company.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Zaria coming out. Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh. But Jose, thank you for the $2 super chat. At the end of the day, guys, it's the end of the day.
Right. Well, it's my guy. At the end of the day gonna end.
At the end of the day, it's the end of the day.
Right.
What comes around is all around, Ricky.
We're philosophizing here on the channel today, but we are on commercial break, folks. 97 in the chat with us right now. Love to see us get to triple digits, but thank you for that super chat. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow for Dynamite Thursday. The Wing of the Ring returns. Anthony will be putting his crown on the line. And for this one, we are up in the heat. We're going international on the trivia, and the heat just gets hotter. We are multiplying our punishment. Hotter wings, more fun. And again, Anthony's defending that championship. It's going to be a good one. Friday SmackDown, Sunday. We got our Super Bowl. Don't miss out. A lot of fun. We just come hang out and we talk a little football with y'all. And me and Nick have to officially pick our teams. Nick's team won last year, which ironically I think was KC.
Yeah, it would have had to be, because it would be the 3-peat, because you took San Francisco.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I've been battling this in my own mind. Do I?
You have to
go for the team that has to stop Kansas City. They can't keep getting away with this. Or do I just heel turn and just that? Well, you beat us, so at least I can say we lost to the Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, with all the grief about it being fixed, I'm wondering if, like, they're fix it the other way, like throw us off the set,
right?
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun one. We will be here for that. We can't wait. And then again, we got Vengeance Day coming up, Grand Slam coming up, when everyone figures out when that actually is. We're going to be here for Revolution. Toronto Elimination Chamber, Nick, stacking up early. Like, Liv Morgan gets in on one side. That's a nice name to start. CM Punk and Cena, 2 of the combatants. That sells itself right there.
Oh, absolutely. That alone, you just leave all the other pods empty. We still be fine with that. You can have that.
Yeah, right.
I find it interesting with the Liv result, which I can't remember. You had the Netflix glitches too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if it was just a US thing or not, but I digress with that. But with Liv winning last night, like if you watch the product regularly, you know probably EO's still getting in on the last chance match and everything like that they normally would do. But I've seen a lot of people that are like, "Are you fucking kidding me? That EO can't even get in this way? Like, what are we doing?" Like,
Yeah.
relax, let it play out. It's one person in it so far. Woosah.
Right. But yeah, so up next, we definitely we have Alexis King coming out. I really wish they'd switch that trophy to a belt, but that's just me. Or do something else with it. I don't know what the hell. The heritage thing has kind of lost its luster for me. But that is up next, folks. Get in the chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Let us know how you're feeling.
Right. Well, speaking of the net glitch and everything, I think Jose called it the Netflix glitch and everything. I guess a fair amount of people thought it was the Wyatts, even though they had very clearly pointed out that they were on SmackDown now.
Right. Even then, it wasn't done. Like, if that was something, a character, somebody, something, then it would have, like, we saw it with the NXT thing, right? The Vengeance Day, right? It's odd. Like, there would be something there. Just the shit glitching is not enough, guys.
Well, and we've seen the stuff where it glitches before. I think if you would have just not announce where the Wyatts were, but I get it. But even then, still, if it was somebody that you could see the Wyatts feuding with, like, what are they going to go after? Punk? They're going to go after Sammy. But since you mentioned the little ... Vengeance Day on the end of the show from last week, do you think we see more of that this week?
I think we'll get another teaser. I do. I'd be surprised if we didn't. What I find do you find it's been very, like, quiet? There hasn't been a rush of rumors. There hasn't been, like, we don't see the daily updates of who it could be. It's been very much like this happened, but not a lot of vibe with it. Like, I really think the world at large, it doesn't have a real feel on who this could be.
Well, because I think it's so ambiguous as to who it could be. I've seen people think it's all the way from Lance Anawahi to Sami Callihan.
Right. Yeah. Amen. Right. Like, legitimately, I got the Sami Callihan vibes just because of what it was.
Right.
We talk about, is Lance finally coming? Is it another female? So many possibilities. So, I mean, again, but it's funny with this one where there's usually a lot of rumors, and this one doesn't come with a lot of chatter.
Yeah, well, chitter chatter that don't matter. We got Lexis King out here, and just God damn it, I constantly feel like Montgomery Burns. Shave them sideburns, sir.
Right.
Whoever did your shape up, fire him or give him a raise. I don't know, because it's impeccable, but it's hideous at the same time.
He's just gotta dig in. If you want that facial hair, you gotta be super healed. Period.
You gotta be Tiger King, Riff Raff, something.
Yeah. You gotta be almost obnoxious.
Well, that's what he was when he was kind of Jericho doing the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla a little bit, the Vince Neil shit. But now he's supposed to be the baby face. I can't cheer for a man with that facial hair.
No, you can't do it.
Right? I can't take this man serious.
His barber is obsessed with geometry. Look at you go.
Right. So, are they in San Diego or are they in Full Sail?
They're at Full Sail tonight, I believe.
Well, I don't know, because he's bringing up Ryan Leaf, who's a former Chargers quarterback, like biggest NFL draft bust allegedly of all time. So that's why I'm like,
this sucks.
They're booing him for it. I was like, why would Florida care about Ryan Leaf right now in 2025?
Right.
Look at me. Yeah. Should he go back to Pillman Jr.?
Maybe.
To hell with the Lexis King. The Lexis King doesn't work. We don't know what Lexis King is, but I know who Brian Pillman Jr. is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that is part of, like, overall the whole package, name, look, vibe, it all feels manufactured, And I know people are going to say, well, they all are.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to feel it. And that's what this feels. This feels like, create a wrestler.
I know not every organic thing that I buy from the grocery store is actually organic, but this shit feels like it's got chemical XYZ and everything. This feels plastic. This feels artificial, like you said.
Heel Lexis King again. Yep. Lexis going to the Players Club after this. Yay. The Wing Show champ is here. Anthony's in the house, ready to defend his crown. KJ having a cold. Excuses like Meltzer. Hey, how dare you? How dare you, Scott?
He's bringing up Pillman. Okay. My father, I never knew who he was, but I know that he was a loose cannon, so he might be going back that way.
Might want to.
He had so much potential. Don't you cut a shoot on Pillman right now. I know you're a Pillman, but don't air out your, daddy issues now. Through all the smoke and mirrors, and through all the smoke and mirrors, KJ appears. Right.
Jesus. Oh, excuse me, folks.
I'm my mother's son. So again, he's doing the same shit he did in AEW. He's doing the same goddamn thing he did when he started his fucking character. It didn't work then, Brian. It's not going to work now.
Well, what I don't like this for Brian right now, or for Lexis,
whoever, do something else.
The reaction from the crowd is mild. He's not getting a strong heel reaction. He's not getting a strong babyface reaction. His promo kind of flirts in between both. To me, you got the crowd. If he would have came out and just kept be a dick the whole time and really step on it and be over the top arrogant, it would have went a lot better. But right now, the crowd is just.
That's the thing. It's everything he's done before with this character. It's everything Brian Pillman Jr. was in AEW a bit. Like when they first initially brought him in as Pillman Jr. and he kind of tried to embrace it and everything. And I get it. If he really doesn't want to do it, cool. Understand. But this shit ain't working. This don't work. Do something else.
What is happening? Oh, that's a weird beard. Yeah, sorry, that's funny. Yeah, do something else. You're 100%. How long do you think Oba holds? As long as he wants.
Fandango!
What? Dirty Dango! Let's go!
Dirty Dango in my life.
Dirty Dango! Again, the relationship with TNA.
Hey, but this answers our question. Because we've asked, he's not Dango in TNA. He's, OPP, all that, whatever his three-letter acronym is. But they bring him back to NXT. They're not going to know him as that. They're going to know him as Fandango. So if Nick Nemeth shows up, I'm here to show the world.
Said it. I was actually kind of waiting for it in the Rumble. But as you see, they have plenty of people. Fandango out here. Let's go.
Back. Welcome back.
It makes me think of, what was his, the lady that was with him, the dancer lady?
Christ almighty.
She was a nightmare.
Folks, fact checkers out there, let us know. This isn't the YMCA.
Shut up, Lexis kicks off. Fandango actually helped Lexis get a heel response.
Yeah, but they've just now shot on everything with him.
Yeah. Summer Rae.
He's spray painted on. Yeah.
Who was the one after Summer Rae?
Was it after or before?
It was after. Diva chick.
Oh,
I can't remember her name for the
life. Marie?
No, close. Maria. It wasn't Maria Menudo.
Yeah, it wasn't Maria Menounos or Canellis.
Summer Rae. Who was the other lady? Part of the system is now on NXT. We close. There you go. Part of the system. Anthony got a good point.
Oh, as Dango kisses the Heritage Cup and wants to challenge Lexis for it.
Let's go. TNA and Lexis and NXT next week.
You versus me. Oh God. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. You want to take a little sip from that cup? Yeah. The system is canon at NXT. Yeah.
We have a system over here. Dun, dun, dun. Right. Let's go. Welcome back, legend. Let's go. Dango in the house, folks.
They're just doing the fucking song now.
We're gonna dance. Yeah, Lexis needs work on where to dig in. But again, Fandango definitely helped that whole thing out. Fandango will take on Lexis King.
Am I out of line, out of pocket with saying Lexis King, Brian Pillman Jr. seems more WWE ID than NXT?
To an extent, yeah. I mean, there's a few.
He still needs to figure out what the fuck he is.
Yeah, there's a few people in the ID program that I'd actually slate ahead of him in development. Yeah. You know, no offense to him. You know, he's young. He's trying to work it out. We saw it with guys, not to this extent, but like Braun Breaker had to take a minute to find himself. We saw it with Roxy. But what the GTA?
Is this a commercial or what the fuck is this?
Is this Stephen Amell? What is happening?
Fast and the Furious. Oh, Tony, what the fucking Fat and the Furious out here? What the fuck is this? Fast and the Furious 12 out here. Seriously, why are they trying to make Tony D'Angelo, Vin Diesel? What is happening with anemic in Ricochet over there?
Are these other people wrestlers or is this his side hustle?
What yeah. Are we gonna call cut? Let's do that again.
Is this Goomba in 60 seconds?
That's so good. I want to try to find one better, but I can't. But yeah. Oh, so it was him acting. It was him acting. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Tony's D movie.
I've said it before, but that was sub porn level acting.
I was gonna say last time I saw acting like that, it followed bounce chicken.
Right. There was a drum mate before it.
Stacks and Tony, dude. That's the payoff. Stacks and Tony.
No.
Stacks is getting look.
Tony, yeah, but if that's the payoff, Tony's a forever NXT guy. And if he's a forever NXT guy, why couldn't Duke be a forever NXT guy?
Well, I think
if Maeve Deltzer out there reporting things.
But I think Stacks allows you to set Tony free. So Stacks and Tony go at each other because Stacks seems to be getting irritated and like this feeling that Tony's getting above the family and forgetting them. If Stacks takes over the family and is doing a good job and wins the title in the process, it allows Tony to move up and get out of the way.
So he whacks his boss, before his boss shows up on the main roster.
Pretty Deadly got put in a trunk. Remember?
Yeah, facts. Shit. By these same people.
Right. So apparently, you die upwards in NXT.
You're right. You got to take that long ride in the back of a trunk to go up to the main roster when it comes to the mafia in NXT.
Right. Stacks turning on Tony D. I'm getting that vibe, Richard. I am. Adriana's gorgeous. I didn't even notice her. I'm sorry.
I like Mia Rizzo. I actually think Crucifino, he looks like if you took Karen Cross and shrunk him. Like if you put Karen Cross in the dryer for too long.
Right. Tony Dom Toretto.
I can't think of a good enough pun to beat fucking what was it, Guido in 60 seconds or something like that.
Right. It's a new show called Wilder. Wild Cards. Never heard of it. Guys,
don't worry, you won't. Don't worry, you won't. If that's a fucking preview for it, you won't hear about it because it won't make it.
Tom Allen, good to see you. Welcome back. Great to see the boys back for this stream. We're here for all the streams, Tommy boy.
Right.
Why was Fandango He was not in the Royal Rumble, John C.
No.
And nor should he have been.
Yeah, well, Now would you have taken Fandango or Ziggler? Because now we've established, though, that they're not bringing them in as their TNA gimmick if they have a history in WWE. Maybe that's why may never. Ash might be the only exception, because do they bring Ash back as Dana Brooke?
I don't think it totally rules it out. And he's still, I mean, yeah, they gave him the Fandango music and name kind of thing, but he is still kind of dirty Fandango-ish, so whatever. Like, yeah. I mean, he might be a kind of a funky one, but I wonder if there is a little more, because he still come in with like his current gimmick, his current attitude, the fact that he's with the system. That all was prevalent in this. So I wonder, yeah, I mean, again, it makes sense from like the presentation. So, like, would a Dolph come in with Dolph's music, but still be Nick Nemeth? How will they play this one?
Yeah, but because they I think still called him Fandango the whole time. Well, I don't even know if the announce team said anything during that.
I don't know.
It's like, if Ziggler comes back, I could see if you do him, he comes back more that Nick Nemeth, that, well, even what he kind of was with the Dirty Dogs and everything, but you still have that music. But then do they announce him as Dolph Ziggler? Do they announce him as Nick Nemeth?
Yeah,
it's each case it's in case by case basis. I
mean, I think even a guy like Matt Cardona falls into that, and he swears he's not going back to Zack Ryder. So it's one of the things of like, listen, we really want you to come out to woo 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 at least once. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we talked about it. Like, when you make your first comeback, it kind of has to give you that. Like, if you're gonna do surprise pop, you kind of got to give the old familiar.
I could see, though, if Matt showed up, they do woo woo woo, you know it, and then cut to his current theme song, and they announce him as Matt Cardona and everything.
Yeah,
they give enough of a blend.
Yeah.
So both men got jobber entrances or half jobber entrances.
And what is with Ridge's music? Was that really Ridge's music?
I have no idea.
I thought it was the music coming out of commercial. Like, anyway, we got Stax, Ridge, Holland, and again, there might be issues in the family between Stax and the crew. We will see how that works. But Matt Cardona at Fourth Rope Wrestling, right on. Work, man, booking everywhere.
Yeah,
Sean Spears and crew.
Do they have a name yet? Their group.
I was trying to think of one other question. I don't know of one, but I haven't really thought of anything creative yet.
Yeah. Who you got for this match? By the way, I like Stax's kind of pinstripey gear, but I'm taking Ridge to win this one. Ridge to me, it looks like a beast in NXT.
Yeah, I think Ridge wins this one, gets him one step closer to Tony, but maybe there's something afoot that, Stax is Matt. It just adds to Stax's anger, right?
Tony tries to help and ends up costing him the match or what have you. Yeah. I could see at some point in 2025 Ridge Holland versus Oba Femi.
Yeah, I could see
it.
Hoss
on Hoss. Sorry.
Right. Where's Randy Orton? That was a huge Rumble snub. He hurt his neck. He'll be back soon.
Injury.
But I mean, he's still using the Dango gimmick. They just gave his full name back for a night. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but he used the music. That's all he really, like, you kind of nailed it. He mainly just used the music. That was it. He was still very like a watered down or a face version of what he does in TNA.
Yeah. No, just the same. It's just the same. Like, I don't think there's any deviation. And ultimately, I mean, like Denisha asked, do you think the system's possible? I mean, did I have Fandango on my bingo card? I didn't. Sorry.
No, but I think we all owe that man a thank you for saving us from that Lexis King segment, because that died 1,000 deaths out there.
Right. What happened to Gallus? Have they just completely dropped the ball on their momentum? I would say they lack momentum. They're gaining moss.
Well, no, they were starting to get momentum, and they kind of just will set you down and then never came back for it.
Yeah, I feel like they're parked. Like I really do, and it's unfortunate. I'm a big Gallus fan, as we joke about, but yeah, I'm a little disappointed we haven't seen more from Gallus.
Yeah, and even if you're not going to use him on NXT, Rich Tony after he knocked backs on the outside.
Oh, here he goes.
This is where he's going to cost them. Oh, Izzy. I've seen people throw out the idea that Izzy and Ridge, I think it was our buddy Big Ray, that's out that Izzy and Ridge is a long con.
Oh, that'd be cool. I mean, again, I wouldn't, as of right now, I wouldn't expect it at all. But that's
You took a boot to the face for a long con? Oh, 2.
It's 3. Over. There you go. That day after tonight, you wonder.
A little bit. This whole thing, there's so many moving parts. And I do like Ridge using that now. Like using almost kind of the future shock DDT as his kind of finisher.
Right. Boys. Oh, here we go again.
Oh.
Briggs and Unamuri.
Yeah. Fucking Opie and the fucking recruit out here with the WWE shirt under a fucking leather vest that they just had in the background. Why is WWE doing fucking just terrible aces and eights?
I am Puss in Boots. Again, every time he speaks now, I am Puss in Boots.
I think the fact that we learned or were reintroduced or whatever to the fact that he's Spanish ruined him a little bit.
Right. I am Diego Montoya.
Like he is good, but you got to crack jokes the whole time.
Right. No pull. Yeah, I'm sorry, no pull. Relax. I'm 1-1.
Pause on demanding poll.
Yeah, exactly.
Pause on all that.
All right, we're getting tag team action up next. There will be a poll, but let's go.
Zaria Sultan coming out right now. She has an entrance that's fully set up to like. I'm waiting for they do at some point or her versus Rhea Ripley interaction.
Yeah, well, they did that with the night that Rhea got beat up, right? But yeah, there's definitely a lot there for sure. Young, up and coming. Yeah, I mean, very interesting.
An unusual pairing versus an unusual duo.
Right.
Well, I mean, I like that it is a little bit of the odd couple, but they're right now, what else are you going to do with them? And I don't mind them. This is still a way to get them on TV, still a way to use them, still get the show them and everything.
Yeah, you keep them relevant. You keep them on TV, keep them busy. And again, like you said, it sets up not even necessarily a turn, but just two people that just, they have a breakdown. They don't get along, misdirection, whatever. It sets itself up. If you can turn it into a couple matches between Soul and Zaria, great. I mean, if eventually Gigi finds a way to come to the forefront, which we've been expecting, I mean, I like Gigi, but she got competition, man. She's got to pick it up. Lola's been missing. What's her face? Tiger Lion Lady's been missing.
Nikita, the femme Nikita Lyons.
Izzy's now starting to get a push. It'll be very interesting times in that part of the card.
Oh, well, again, they have a huge depth of talent when it comes to there. And again, the odd couple tag team, while at times it's almost harder to make it work initially, it's easy storyline once you get it, because then it's how will they coexist, then there's the tension, then they bond together, and then there's the fallout, and then there's the feud. It's booking 101.
Yeah. And I mean, I think with what we see here now, it's not even trying to push I know the announcers are like an odd friend, but again, we're just friends. Sometimes you have weird friends.
What you trying to say, my guy?
We all do, right? We all do.
I feel like you specifically looked at me as you said.
Who else am I supposed to look at?
Them, look at the people. Look at the people.
Oh, I'm gonna go look at myself then.
Well, there was so many jokes that flooded my brain with that I needed to fucking hiccup there for a second. My brain hit restart. But Spaz, thank you again for the $2 super chatter. Briggs and Yamalamala. I feel like that might actually be his name. I'm not really sure, but Rush Hour remake. No, it's a little bit of, Snorers of Anarchy is what it is. Instead of Sons of Anarchy, it's Snorers of Anarchy. They're never involved in any sort of fucking match or anything. Like, I struggle to remember his partner's name because they're never goddamn featured in anything outside of just a halfway backstage segment, to where even then they're doing next to nothing. And this is, again, he's a guy, like, think about it. At one point, you had, I think it was, I'm going to be terrible in misremembering the match. I'm throwing Duke Hudson into it, but I'm just constantly making the comparable of, like, that's a guy, again, that you could have matches with, like, a guy like Duke. Like, there's the Duke Hudson release just seems very odd to me. And again, I'm going back to my original point of Josh Briggs hasn't been doing anything, and he was out there. That's what the match was. It was Oba, or it was Dijak, Eddie, Briggs, if I remember, or it might have been Oba instead of Eddie. But that was one of the best matches out of Stand and Deliver. That was one of the best matches out of WrestleMania weekend and everything. Briggs had some momentum, and now he's just beyond tepid. He's frigid at this point, much like I think Boston brought up with Gallus of they get traction and then they just kind of let it dissipate. They set it down and forget to pick it back up again. Yoshiki? Is that a Mario character? Yoshi. Inamura. I've had 3 different names thrown out for this man, and I still don't know which one's right. Team Ruca for the win. Yes, as I'm getting an ad for WWE Evolve, which they showed Joe Coffey in that. Don't tell me Joe Coffey's going to show up on Evolve. I'll take Brindley Reese. I'll take Wendy Chu. I'll take an Ora Mensa showing up there. Don't give me Joe Coffey on Evolve unless that's a one-off. Give me Joe Coffey on NXT. I would really like if Joe Coffey and Wolfgang and Mark Coffey showed up on, say, a SmackDown and paired up with, say, a Drew McIntyre or anything. And we got Bloodline versus Scotland, Braveheart. But yeah, the Evolve is going to be interesting. I want to see how it goes. This isn't the first time WWE's been involved with Evolve when it was initially a promotion onto itself. But now that they've pretty much bought it as a brand, it'll be really interesting. And I do like, I guess they're now going by Chemical X, so they're playing into the whole Powerpuff Girls thing. But Shotzi, Gigi, and Tatum, I do like them as a group. Like, that's the thing is, I think Shotzi works really great with them. It's a good pairing. And Shotzi right now works best, fits best in NXT. But yeah. So as I've got Tatum and Ruca going at it right now, folks, let me know who you're taking. As Yoshiki is his name. Well, there you go. Say his name and he appeared. Chemical X works for me. Yeah. Timu Powerpuff Girls isn't a bad gimmick for us millennials. I don't even think it's Timu. I think they're just the Powerpuff Girls grown up. Trust me. Let's be honest. There's some people out there that is watching this that it's sparking things. But yeah. As I got Ruca and Tatum locking up. Again, who you got, folks? Soul and Zaria for the win. It makes kind of the most sense, but I mean, I don't know if I want to keep calling them Chemical X, but I will. The Powerpuff Girls, I just keep calling them that because I like it. But they've been on a little bit of a tear. Like, they've got a quick bit of momentum as Zaria just, she was trying to just power up Gigi there. Team can of whoop ass for the win. Fair enough, Jose. But yeah. But folks, I will remind everybody, as I see 87 people kicking it with us, we've been tiptoeing and dancing around triple digits. Let's see if we can get back up there. They literally have Chemical X merch. I thought I had seen it going around. I didn't know if it was legit or not, because again, you can't trust the fucking Twitterverse at this point. So fair enough. So they are Chemical X, even though they're dressed out here like goddamn Beetlejuice. But 100%. Speaking of merch, we got our own merch. But yes, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We're on the road to 7K. We're ever getting closer. So 100%. Spread the word. Be a friend, tell a friend. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification. It's all free. It costs you nothing, but it gives you access to all the best wrestling content out there. And trust me, that's not a spoiler. Or that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. I tried to sell it and sold it backwards. Could you see Ruca as the future NXT Women's Champion? Yeah, absolutely. I think that there's at least between Sol and Zaria, they both could easily be future NXT Women's Champion. Out of Tatum, Gigi, Shotzi, maybe Shotzi, but Shotzi might be an NXT gal for a while, so yeah. But I think for sure Sol and Zaria, they scream NXT Women's Championship at some point. And honestly, I think at some point, I know I mentioned like Rhea and Zaria or what have you, we could get, especially potentially in NXT, Jordynne Grace versus Zaria. If Jordan does a little bit of a run in NXT for half a second. Spear on a Gigi. 1, 2. Tatum breaks it up. I was about to say if Gigi takes the pin here. Oy, how the mighty have fun. Kyle got that one. Shout out Kyle. Kyle, do you have any idea who the new member of the Don Callis family will be versus Will Ospreay? Any ideas? I have not a flying expletive of a clue. And I'm going to be honest with you, Damon. I respectfully don't know if I care, just in the aspect of that the Don Callis family hasn't really equated to much. The Don Callis family is a more talented team Taz. As we hit the little pop-up Soul Snatcher, by the way. Sorry to focus on the comment, but the Soul Snatcher, that woman looks like she's about to cry over the Soul Snatcher. But Soul has an amazing finisher, by the way. But yeah, so Zaria and Ruca. Soulzar? Is that what we can call them? Zara Soul? Zaruca? What do we got a name for Ruca and Zaria? But we're getting a replay and very much showing NXT's influence in the Royal Rumble, which especially in the women's, they had a huge one. You had your little moments of Julia and Io going at it. You had Stephanie looking up at the sign. You even teased the Julia Steph moment. But yeah. Zaruca, there we go. Soul Snatcher, best protected finisher. I wonder why, as Julia backstage here. So we're setting up for the summit. Roxanne Perez is not long for NXT. I think this is a way to continue the Bayley Roxanne feud, really help get Julia over, and she retains the title. And Bayley goes back to SmackDown or Raw now, and Roxanne goes probably to Raw, I guess, then at that point. MDB, what up? Man's just tested out. Oh, he's doing the 2 for Jeter and the Yankees throwing the hands up. And then for anyone not on the Twitch, you probably have I don't know if it comes across on YouTube or if you just see me click on random things. But yeah. As again, we're in commercial break. But how are we feeling as we're through about the first hour of NXT? How are we feeling? We've had two really good women's matches. We had the tag match, and we open it off with Stephanie and Jacy Jane. We had Dirty Dango show up and all of that. Like, NXT's kind of, I don't want to say fun in a groove, but it seems like if we're going to still do the whole ratings game and everything since they've moved to the CW has somehow gone up, even though it's not, it's on a little bit of a harder to find network and this, that, and the third. But yeah, pretty all right so far. Ooh, Alan, who do you think will be on main roster, Raw or SmackDown 2025? Like overall, like I mean, I can't name the whole roster out there, but I mean, are you talking about call-ups? That's an all-encompassing question here. Paul just going off on the Captain America trailer. Why the is Harrison Ford Red Hulk? Because he's playing Thunderbolt Ross, who the original actor passed away, and Thunderbolt Ross was Red Hulk. It's like I saw a lot of people getting mad. Tangent time now, I guess, with Nick, as I'm in commercial break. But I saw a lot of people getting mad about like the Thing in the Fantastic Four trailer and everything because of how he looked, and it's way more comic accurate than any that they've done before. So same thing with Galactus. Welcome to Nerd Corner. But yeah, sometimes it's nice to just be real and authentic, and then instead of like some of these people out there being imitated. What? But I digress. Yes, join our Twitch. Be out there twitching. Absolutely, as MDB showing off all the emoji capabilities. Jacy, she's been calling back up to the main roster. She's in the middle of this trio and everything. I think they just let it rock with that right now. And again, she's very much been she's every time she kind of gets there and gets a bit of momentum, she either gets hurt, she's got an injury, she's got a bit of the Dakota Kai Tegan Knox complex to an extent of the second they start to get behind her is when she gets hurt. So I don't mind her in NXT, and she's kind of in this little trios again. I mentioned her earlier with Lash and Jakara, with Zaria and Ruca, etc. Of they very much have a solid women's tag team. If anything, they have a better trios division than AW, who has trios belts. But I digress, as I got Trick Williams backstage right now. So Trick's out here to show that he's the one that should have gotten the title shot. So now is this going to be an added stipulation or anything that it ends? Trick either gets added to the match or they switch it to a one-on-one, or do we, after Oba beats Vengeance Day as again? So interesting that a lot of people, I wonder if they're going to pick up on. So like we had last week at the end of the show, to where it was end of broadcast or whatever it was, and then it backs up and then it starts to cut into Vengeance Day. During the whole little, like if you watch a VHS tape, go out, or cable TV goes out for the night, if you're old enough to remember that shit. So we must be in San Jose or San Diego or something, because Bailey's out here doing the pentastrut.
Dude, but they're in full sale.
I don't care. I'm in my mind's eye, they're somewhere else. But I'm gonna ask you, as you just came back with this, because when they cut away from Trick with his little backstage interview, they had the little colored thing and everything, like the end of tracking, and it said Vengeance Day behind it.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's a tease towards a bit of what we got with last week and everything.
Oh, it's definitely a tease for what we got last week. Yeah, completely the same thing. Now it's interesting. Does this mean that Trick's the target? Because
that's what I'm wondering here. And I wonder how many people, you said it's been all quiet on the Western Front with that whole conversation.
Yep.
Now I wonder, are people even going to catch that?
Yeah, I mean, I think enough people will have that splattered real quick. Pause. But ultimately, I think that, I think the Trick could be the target, especially with Trick just being on the kind of the periphery of the title picture right now. whoever this potentially could be going after Trick is a big statement. Plus, it keeps Trick busy outside of that title.
Right.
1 hour, 7 minutes. Your new record holder. Who did she beat? Bailey.
And I didn't know it was Bailey's record. It's almost like we did a trivia show on Rumbles and everything. And I lost that one too. But yeah. I like that because I kept thinking that we were gonna get Roxanne dumps out Bailey, but the fact that she beat her record is even more of like a let me hang this over your head.
Yeah. You're trying to mentor me, but I'm better than you.
Right. But so symposium, no podium, just the women there with a microphone, and we're not expecting them to fight.
Yeah.
What in the like public school education detention system is this? Of like, we're going to take all three of you that got into a fight earlier and just put you in a room together and just no one's going to intervene. And we don't expect you to fight. What the fuck?
Right? Talk it out. Talk it out.
Yeah, exert your feelings.
Hey, man, let's just say we're good, okay?
Staff it up and let's leave.
Right? What's up, Heather? How you doing? She beat the role model. She did. Again, a lot of women had record-breaking rumbles. A lot of women put in a lot of minutes.
Well, and especially when the women's like, there was multiple people. Sorry, Bailey said shut up, and I heard it in my mind's eye, so I stopped talking. So, but yeah, like a lot of women in the women's rumble had over an hour time, and you had Nia Jax that beat her own record from 8 eliminations to 9.
100%. You're so entitled.
Kendra Thompson, what up? Fandango is back. Yes. The Dangos.
So who's going after Trick becomes the question. Who out there? Like, would a Lance make sense as an intro feud? No, not just doesn't jump off the paper anyway.
Well, and to manipulate the production and everything, that like it screams Sami Callihan.
Yeah, but Sami Callihan Trick don't really sound wonderful on paper.
Yeah, but do you got anything better?
Josh Alexander?
Like, he's out there working video edits in the production truck and everything. Like, that's the only thing that throws me off with this.
Canada taking over, bro.
Tariffs, my guy. Tariffs.
Right? Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, I'll be like my president. We just yell tariffs and expect something to happen.
Pause real quick.
Exactly. You can have that. Not even what I'm mad at.
Right. All right, let's talk. All right. But Bailey just, we don't even have the third member yet. You don't get it, Bailey.
You just don't get it, Steve.
Right.
I can't go with you to prom because I'm going with Jake already. Fuck. I have no equal.
But Zach,
you can't change a light bulb without a ladder. Shut up.
Who is Vengeance Day? Bailey got them. It didn't matter if there were pockets. What do you mean? Return Aleister Black. Aleister Black coming back? Oh.
I feel like I did the intro to his music right there.
Yeah, he's not getting real.
That's actually not a fucking terrible shout at all.
No, not bad. As here comes Julia. Stomp into the ring. Y'all forgot who champ is.
Yeah. Listen here, Yamala Anderson. Calm down. I need to be here too.
Hardy Boys. It's the Hardys.
Yes. Right. Could you imagine? I will delete you, Trick.
Oh my God.
They'd have to be heel.
I wonder if we'll get Bad Blood again this year. I believe we will. I don't imagine. I haven't heard any reports to them not doing it again.
Right.
Okay. Julia says enough.
I still wonder if Trick's the actual Target, or if that's a way to slide it in?
Yeah, it could be. Again, valid question, my guy. There's no clear answer on that at all. Like, I mean, again, you put it on a trick segment. We're going to connect that dot.
Right.
But it could just be
because you're going to pay attention to a trick segment.
Oh, look who we got. The queen is in the house, folks. Charlotte Flair is here. We need Armageddon back. Let's go. The end is near.
The game is over. No more pretending. That's one of the hardest pay-per-view themes of all time.
Oh, fuck, right. But Charlotte toning it down tonight, looking a little more practical.
Yeah, she doesn't look like April O'Neil. She just all of the stars.
April O'Neil, if she got stung by a bee.
Well, April O'Neil in a Kanye West video because it was all jacket, no pants.
Well played. Welcome back. Mama has come home. Isn't that someone else's gimmick?
Mandy Rose?
Mandy Rose.
Bro, the fact that she's like, she took put some respect on my name gimmick, like, I just instantly was like, none of y'all heard of Birdman? Put respect on my name, all three of y'all.
Right? Can't pay my rent, all my money spent. That's all I can think of. I can't even hear Charlotte.
What happened to that boy?
Her voice is like nails on a fucking chalkboard.
She's becoming more and more her father by the second. Like, again, I get my promo across more because I just yell louder. That's all. And she's had, well, respectfully, I've heard some people say, well, she's taken after her dad. She's already on like her third divorce, got the plastic surgery, and still now you see it more with the promos of, it's just, if I talk louder, that means I'm excited. Like, what the fuck?
316, we don't agree often, but there you go, buddy. I'm with you. We could have, like, I mean, and I love her. I really do. I respect her, and I believe that she is one of the best to ever do it, one of the quote unquote goats. But I mean, God, just be a heel. There you go. Okay, we're getting there. I'm better. Okay. She's like a bad daytime TV talk show host.
Blonde Oprah, like blonde Caucasian like, Oprah.
Who's ready for
better than all of you? You suck compared to me, and you suck compared to me.
Everyone, let's dance. Get on your feet. Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Charlotte DeGeneres.
Yeah, right. Apparently they have the same attitude. Oh, Cora. Yo, her skateboard might have been foam, but whatever she's swinging now ain't.
It's a fucking katana, and it's a sheath. Either that or it's a fucking.
Wait a minute. Whoa. She swung at Roxy.
Charlotte's just like, what did I walk into?
Cora grabs the belt, dude. Cora says, don't forget about me.
Am I the only one that with the hair and the enhancements that Cora's kind of looking like a tall Mina Shirakawa?
Right. Really? Oh, you think... I took me a second. Wait, really?
Lean towards that.
Yo, what is happening here?
Many men.
Dude, I was just about to do it. Shut up, man. That's too funny. I'm literally about to drop the same joke.
Right.
But we got Javon Sent and Ethan Page.
With a Bubba Dudley shirt on. That shit's cold.
Bubba put me over.
Right?
Oh, Javon's suspended. The guy with the broken jaw
can't talk.
He can't even talk.
He can't even appeal his suspension. He can't speak.
This is ridiculous. Okay. Ethan,
Say
Javon.
less, say less, say less. You gotta say it like him, say less.
Yeah, that's right, man. He's a mumble rapper.
To the wire,
right?
to the limit,
MDB trying to
to
put a
the
beat.
wall.
MDB out there trying to put a beat to Javon talking right now, mumbling away like that. As here comes Kelani Jordan.
All right, you can have that. I'll be back.
Great. I am mad at it. As up next, we get Kelani Jordan taking on Carman Petrovich, folks. Should be a fun one. Two of the younger talent in the division. Kelani, your former North American champion. Toronto's own Carman Petrovich, who's somehow in a love triangle right now. We will figure out a little more about that tonight, I'm sure. She didn't need to win the Rumble. Yeah, she did. I mean, again, she didn't have to. They had options. I have no problem with Charlotte Flair being the option that won it, though. I see why they compare Charlotte to Tiffany. Their voices, yeah, that's one of the reasons. It's the queen and it's the princess. That's what it is. It's almost a carbon copy. It's a passing of the torch. It's a baton moment. Charlotte Flair needs to get off my TV. Charlotte, boring ass. Again, she's not a great baby face promo, especially like even there where she was being raw about like mama's home, but she does it with such a shrill voice. No offense, but she does it in such a shrill voice that it happens. It doesn't work. You can't enjoy it, right? She sounds like I don't know. It's just, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. When she digs in, uses that register, that nasally nails on a chalkboard vibe, it works. It works solid as a heel. As a baby face, it just doesn't resonate. Charlotte Flair with the face change after face change. Yeah, I mean, again, we kind of skip past these ones, Paul. They can do it. I don't love it. I really don't. I think it's a terrible choice, but to each their own, and it's a very aesthetic line of work. So it's got to be tough. 2 to 3 years from now, Charlotte Flair versus Julia at a PLE. Quite possible. Charlotte is overrated. Yeah, just everyone is overrated. Charlotte is not overrated. Charlotte had to accomplish things with everybody always questioning what she accomplished. I mean, you guys do have to keep in mind out there that Charlotte really did have to overcome. Like, as much as people talk about the nepotism of her father, and we all agree, yeah, did that get her in the door? For sure. Is she the only child to get a hand through the door? No. I mean, for all that, right? Rocky's no different. Pops had to help him out. Again, there's a lot of examples of it, but everything Charlotte had done always came with, yeah, it's because she's Flair's daughter. She's Flair's daughter. And she just kept doing well. She's athletic. She's strong. Again, as a heel, outstanding. As a baby face, it's a struggle. It's a grind. So we are about 1 minute and 30 seconds away from the end of the commercial break. This promo got bad. KJ, do you think Jordan Grace going to NXT SmackDown Raw, in your opinion? I felt like the Rumble teased the idea that Jordan Grace could go after Julia. I don't know that she can't do a little stint in NXT. Now, if she skips that and goes straight to the main roster, will I think it's a bad decision? No, she's a star. She's got a lot of energy. She's got a lot of hype behind her. I think you can continue to build her. If they feel like she could use a little bit of work on anything, maybe her promos could get a bit stronger. A stint down in NXT won't kill her. I think they're going to be very patient with Jordan. 5 years. They got her for 5 years, guys. So we'll see. But I think that they might have teased Jordan and Julia coming out of the Rumble. I mean, we got the triple threat and we got other things going on right now, or maybe that's just something that's left up in the air for later. But there's always that possibility. Cora. Yes, Cora. But that promo sucked. Parts of it were good. I mean, again, it was a summit, but basically, I didn't mind what Bayley had to say. I thought Roxanne was good. Roxanne plays that bratty little pain in the ass really well. Cora's an interesting twist to this, especially swinging at Roxy. They've been aligned, so I'm a little surprised to see Cora go after the Roxy, but maybe she slides into this and becomes a fatal four-way very quick. Cora with all her maybe Kelani Jordan, shout out. I got beats. Let's go. What's up, brother Fluff Salisbury? How you doing? Welcome back. Kelani Jordan for the win. Yeah, I'm gonna go Carman, but we're in the pack. Josh is talking to Hank and Tank. Maybe we're they're shaking hands. How do I rank the horsewomen? Charlotte, Bailey, Becky, Sasha. Ridge talking to Tony. Carman for the win. Maybe I'll put a poll up real quick. Why don't you settle this in a cage match? It's Izzy's idea. Does that lend to the idea that Izzy's working with Ridge? Izzy saying, let's have a cage match. As Carman in the ring, but I guess we're getting a Vengeance Day. Tony versus Ridge in a cage. And we got to keep an eye on Izzy. Somebody made a comment tonight about the idea that Izzy's working with Ridge. I kind of like it. KJ, can you see Grace in a tag team with Ivy Nile in American Made? Not likely. I'm worried that doesn't build her up enough. I mean, one day could they work together? Why not? I mean, I get why the comparable. I think it'd be a fun match at some point. I think Ivy's a really strong young talent. So we'll see. But we're off and running with Kelani and Carman. 67% going for Kelani here tonight. 13% going nobody. So there you go. But and I appreciate everyone bearing with me. Been fighting through a cold since Sunday. So it's the Royal Rumble hangover has not gone away. So appreciate your patience. But we are working through this match. A steel cage match. Kelani is a star. Carman no sword is much better, Christopher. I'm completely happy about that decision. Tony versus Ridge in a cage. That's what it seems like. Maybe not made official by Ava as of yet, but the confrontation between Ridge, Tony, Izzy Dane throws out, why don't you fight in a cage? So she's suspect for me right now. Definitely suspect. Kelani is a star. Definitely brighten up and coming. I think she does have to find a little more of her personality. She kind of gives me she's a little bland. I mean, we talk a lot about the Bird Lady for that reason. Good wrestler, talented, lots of upside, just trying to find themselves a little bit. Bailey, Charlotte, Sasha, Becky. Ooh, Sasha in front of Becky's a hard one for me. Izzy's got talent. Yeah. Hey now. Oh, by the way, Adonis at ringside. They should do Ridge versus Tony D in a trunk match. On the way you win is you throw your opponent into the trunk of a car. Yeah, that's not a bad show. Bailey, Sasha, Becky, Charlotte. Ooh, Charlotte at the bottom is a tough show for me, Damien, but I know you don't like her. Sasha's too high. Star in the making. Maybe. We'll see if her personality has to pop out at some point. Do we know who the glitch is yet? No, not at all, Chris. No idea. 5-star match, MMA horsewomen by a landslide. I still think the glitch is Sami Callihan. Here comes Jada Parker. Miss Parker, how you doing? Carman, tope, crossbody. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, again, if the tease is going towards Trick, though, does anybody really get like, ooh, Trick Williams, Sami Callihan? Is that now? Maybe that's there. It's just a coincidence. It's something put there to make us think. But if it's Callahan going after Trick, it doesn't quite fit my vibe. I don't know. But we go to commercial break again, folks. But well, I don't go to commercial, but some of y'all do. Carman in control of Kelani. I think the mystery man could be Mustafa Ali. Vignettes for Vengeance Day. But I believe Mustafa has gone back to TNA. So I don't know that they would be doing, maybe that's the tease. But again, at what level does he work with NXT? Thank you, Jose. I brought them tag team KJ because me, Ivy is a JV version of Jordan. Yeah, 100%. I do, Ryan. I do see the similarities for sure. Sasha Banks automatically fourth. Horsewoman, no matter what, she doesn't have the accomplishments the rest of them have. Fact. Oh, Kelani having a bit of an issue. Glitch. Aleister Black's a great show, Christopher. A lot of talk about what his future is. Thought maybe we get him in the Rumble, didn't get him in the Rumble. So, yeah, maybe you're onto something. Miss Parker on commentary right now. Again, star in the making. What up, Miss Parker? The boys happy. Oh, Dale taking Carman. Interesting. OG, interesting. Miss Parker is a star. I'm not mad. Good. Don't be mad. Be glad. Sami Callihan comes into NXT. I'm going to throw up. Aleister Black, not free yet. Yeah, see, that was part of my concern. You know, I know we joked about, not joked about, we talked about seriously about Ricky Stark, Wardlow. Starks, I don't believe, is a free agent until July. And that's not sure if they're tacking on time. Wardlow, I have no clue what his status is. Miro, MIA, no idea. I thought he was there for a few more years. So, interesting time in the Tony Khan camp. As Carman continues to be in control. Speaking of in control,
I am not in control, but I very much.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, well, there was someone who you talked about it, and I came running back as fast as I could. Whose gimmick used to be in control and being a hacker gimmick and everything like that. The Mustafa Ali thing sounds really interesting to me.
I hadn't thought about it.
I really hadn't either. He used to have the hacker gimmick and everything because remember, he was going to be the SmackDown hacker, and then they just fucking scrapped it. So he almost works better than even a Malachi because Malachi's spooky, fantastic, but heavy metal serious. I don't think he's, working on code in between training Zelina and all that.
I like that. Heavy metal serious.
Yeah, but I think Ali works and you get the little tie-in, like a Trick Ali match, I think is better than a Sami Trick match. Yeah. And honestly, probably better than a Malachi Trick match because I think Malachi steps above Trick. Yeah.
Malachi going straight to the main roster, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see Malachi coming back to NXT at this point. You reestablish him in a solid position on the main roster, and I really, really like the idea of Malachi Shinsuke.
Oh, 100%. That whole division just shut up. What?
Especially this Shinsuke, right? Like you can have whole anime segments of just right? Shit. They both into that art.
Well, and then you even get your cross. That's the thing is, it's now you can do spooky characters in wrestling. You just have to give some depth and everything. Like you can't go too fantastic, but yeah.
No, you got to keep it within the realm. And I mean, again, I think it was one of the things they tried to do with the Wyatt Six. Again, I know the Wyatt Six is up in the air, but the idea that they weren't supernatural, but they were culty. Malachi Black's that same. I'm dark, but I'm not magical. I'm not a wizard. I'm poof.
Fireball.
Fireball.
But MDB said Mustafa Ali's own a North American title shot as well. Your favorite on commercially, Nick? What?
On
what
commentary.
on commentary. Yeah.
Hello, Parker.
Right. Well, that's what I missed earlier with the Rumble entrance from NXT and everything.
Right.
But wait, I thought the IWC, I thought everyone was booing her. It's the same thing like you see on Twitter. I thought everybody hated Jey Uso, right?
Right.
But when you see on Monday Night Raw, they're out there cheering for him to do his entrance again. They didn't ask Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out there and break the glass again. They asked Jey Uso to come out there and eat again.
Right. Well, again, and I think this is where we got to be reminded of what a small percentage, 5%, of the wrestling fan base is on Twitter, is on Instagram. Like, it is, again, I know we get a lot from there, and it feels like there's so many damn fans out there, but it is a pocket of, and that's what happens if you decide to book towards that or cater to that, then you get yourself in trouble. There are time and place where there's an absolute outcry and numbers don't lie. But again, when you only placate to that small pocket, that becomes your audience, that small pocket.
It's a vocal minority. And I even said it last night of you have one company that's working the dirt sheets and the other that's worked by the dirt sheets.
Yeah, I thought that was eloquent. Like, I mean, spot on.
Yeah.
Well, by the way.
Right. Well, we see money pocket saying. Aleister Black versus Karrion Kross. I love me some Karrion Kross right now.
Right.
He's just doing one of my secret favorites of Sean O'Hare, Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
He's basically just doing that. And it's perfect for him.
No, it's been really good. And what I know we're getting, like, some people have been impatient. You and I have talked about him being dead in the water at times. Because there were times that he was dead in the water. What I feel like right now, what he's doing is just kind of like, I know I'm not getting booked a lot, but everything I do, I'm going to put these little building blocks together. So finally, when I do get a push, I've been this guy for so long that like everything kind of makes sense. You already know, you get it. You're familiar with me. It works. I mean, it's really got legs.
He's building a foundation on connective tissue.
Over. Kelani chokes out Carman.
Now, with this being babyface versus babyface, is Kelani heel or is she's going back after Carman and choking her out again?
Well, she's been playing with this idea going heel, and Jada's been like really. Well, we know why Jada's such a babyface. It's pretty obvious. So Kelani becomes the heel against Jada for a big card rivalry.
Heel or is it babyface with an edge? Because before she was kind of just babyface with a butt whooping stick,
right? Oh, they're reversing the decision. So everybody that was excited that picked Kelani, I got it. I backslid into that one.
There you go. Well, Floyd letting me know I'm apparently more bald. I'm Ricochet out here. I got to do the Jada laugh. Ha ha.
Right? More bald. You're more bald than what?
I don't know. I actually have fuzz up there. Like,
I'm fuzz free. Stephanie, I love the random people in the back.
Well, they're people you see on Evolve. They're recent signees to the developmental and everything. Like, I recognize one or two. I can't remember their exact name. Lola. Her name was Lola.
Was that Lola?
Yeah, that was. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Lola from the block.
Okay.
At the Copa.
Reverse decision. What kind of that's the perfect kind of malarkey. Kelani snap. She out of here.
But so would you say she's official heel?
Yeah. What?
With Kelani. Is she official referee whistle heel?
I think she's getting there. Yeah.
It's so crazy to me. Sorry, real quick. How many people are still hanging out in the NXT parking lot when it's been established as the most dangerous place in pro wrestling?
It's definitely dangerous, my guy. But quick question, because you were away.
Mm.
Tony D, Ridge Holland cage match, Vengeance Day. Izzy Dane's idea.
I'm starting to think a
Right?
wee bit
Right?
more like our buddy Big Ray might be on to something
Right?
here. A little something, because
I said that.
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Like when it was first brought up, I was like, it doesn't really feel that, but interesting. Kind of like, yeah.
You negate Tony's one advantage with the family.
Well, that's it, right? I mean, again, it's really when she throws it out there, we have a cage match. It's like, wait a minute, what's up? What's up here? So yeah, Ray might be onto something.
Yeah, well, and again, you ain't really the boss of a family if you're letting somebody just helping you out just now making decisions and everything.
Yeah, that's the other interesting aspect of it, of like, where did you come from? Like, how do you and again, that means Ridge probably wins the North American title. And I wonder if that leads to like a downfall of the family where there is Stacks versus Tony D. Maybe that is Tony D. Like, people talk about Tony D coming up. So that'll be interesting if we're on the way towards something like that.
Where do you put Tony D if he moves up? Like, that's the
Jim
thing,
Carter.
is he's lost in the shuffle. He's out there.
Like
You put him with Giovanni Vinci, the Italian Connection, the tag team. I don't know.
right?
Well, Giovanni Vinci's missing in action too. But yeah,
MIA.
I would have thought Ridge was going to win the North American title regardless of the stipulation. Just having the match for the title, I think it's Ridge's time.
Right.
Either way, yeah, the fact that Izzy Dame's the one throwing out, make it a cage match, and he goes with it. Is he blinded by tall blonde woman in front of him and everything? Are we in NXT getting more romantic-y angles and everything, love interest and all of that?
To an extent, for sure. We just saw Carman and Adonis doing their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. But I mean, again, what the idea that this leads to Ridge Holland and Izzy working together, very curious about this partnership.
Almost sounds like it could have been a faction with a guy like Duke Hudson. I'm gonna keep saying this man's name until you hire him back, Hunter.
We want Duke. We want Duke.
He was the best. Honestly, I know you weren't at times especially the biggest fan of Chase U and everything, but Duke was always the constant, always the guy that you knew could deliver, was going to be a good match, was a good promo, all that. He even had the little thing that came out on Twitter earlier today to where he's interviewed himself about, everything that happened and all that. And the outpour of everybody saying they dropped the ball, someone hire this man. Like, I can see him showing up in TNA quick time.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think and quietly MLW is amassing a pretty good roster of like just really piecing things together lately, like getting a Dijak, getting a Riddle. Like, they're kind of putting together this interesting former we got nowhere to go, like the Island of Misfit Toys.
They're getting the ones that Tony won't sign from WWE,
right? The big guys. They're like, oh, they scare me. But ultimately, I think that yeah, I thought Duke was good. I thought they were going to have a breakup angle. Duke, how many times did we call for Duke to turn heel and he never did?
Right. MDB's figured it out. Me and KJ have We Want Harley. Nick has We Want Duke. Did you see Muppet Time Mercedes?
Yes, we talked. I mean, it was funny. I said it was Mercedes' best promo ever. Last night, I mean,
you're not wrong. Well, and now she addressed out there of if fans call her Sasha, as she's out there. I don't know. She looked like she's eating Cheetos and everything. She gave him a flying fuck, but
right. As we were
I saw a lot of people to that of if she could seem more insufferable. I don't know how.
It's bad, and again, I don't know. I mean, is it just her trying to act the part? But it really just feels. Oh, Bailey's pissed.
Next week, Bailey versus Cora. Let's go. You can put her in the championship match. For all I care. No, don't you say that. Don't you say that. Oh. This is
Yeah,
the
'cause
only
we
time
haven't done shit.
Briggs has Maven worth of flying. Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, they're selling us on the idea. Briggs went to Japan, met a friend. Now they're lifelong friends, and now they're back here to take on the champs.
Yeah, but bro looks like such a this looks like your creator wrestler that's involved in a fucking storyline because he's out there with just a blank ass WWE t-shirt
right
and a fucking leather vest. This is Snores of Anarchy.
This is like
what
when
this is.
we
got
play
the Four Horsemen and we got the Snores of Anarchy.
right. It looks like two guys playing online from like when you jump in, you both have characters that look like, how did we get here?
Level 75 and level 2.
Right? Like, just what is happening? Oh, wait, I was wrong. Steel Cage next week.
Interessante.
They're not waiting for Vengeance Day. Steel Cage match for the North American title next week.
And I thought again, same boat you were in, I guess the other way around. I thought it was going to be Dango versus Lexis for the Heritage Cup at Vengeance Day, and instead it's next Tuesday as well. So next Tuesday is tag. Now I see why they did what they did tonight, because next week is like Vengeance Day pre-show, night one, what have you.
Yeah, it's kind of looking good as Waller and Austin Theory doing the walk-in. Steel Cage match next week. Yeah, next week shaping up super nice. Then Dango's definitely back, and we will see him next week going after the Heritage Cup belt. That might actually, and we talked about this, and nobody suggested it because why would we? But we talked about what is the first title that changes hands between the two companies. Fandango being the Heritage Cup champion might be it, and it makes no problem.
Does it count as a title? But I love where your head's at.
Technically, kinda.
It's a cup. It's a cup. It's a changing of cups.
Changing it. Oh, look, we got the Vengeance Day thing again.
So it's just there. So
okay.
It's so I think that rules out as trick.
Trick out. So now I'm back on Sami Callihan.
There we go. But I also just need Austin Theory versus Flip Gordon in a Spider-Man meme-off.
But that's the thing. I mean, I'm looking forward to taking a peek at things like Evolve, and seeing some of the talent that we never get.
Well, did you see in the preview, Joe? Well, Gallus showed up. Joe Coffey showed up in there. We had your favorite, my hatred, Wendy Chu.
Yes.
Being in there and everything. So how do you it's going to be interesting, and it's going to go toe to toe with Dynamite.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. It'll be very interesting.
Free TV versus cable TV.
It's true. I mean, again, how many people are going to seek it out? But if it gets a buzz and you get some really good matches, and again, I mean, I don't mind Coffee stopping in or Chew stopping in. It really helped. Again, when you have that measuring stick, you kind of have an idea where that level is. And you see them go in there and do well. I mean, it's a nice shout for some of the guys.
But if you're not using Coffee on NXT, but he shows up in Evolve, that's one.
Yeah, no, I'm not that bothered by it. It is what it is. But I mean, I can see why he would show up there.
Fair.
Is there about to be dissension between Waller and Theory? Very much so. I think so. I don't know how you do that. I think the triple match starts out where they're on the same page until one of them goes for the pin and they get mad at each other. Oba pancakes them both, and now they're permanently mad at each other.
It's 100%. It's a tale as old as time of anytime. That's why I was wondering if they did it as a handicap match or a triple threat. Anytime you do something like that, we've seen it again. Prime example is who is probably headed towards a WrestleMania match and got involved last night with Sami and KO. There's been times to where they were facing each other. They were theoretically, it was a 2-on-1 match, but it was a triple threat. And then they start to have a little dissension between them.
Yeah. Austin Theory is a freaking star waiting to happen. I mean, again, I think Austin Theory for me is another example of he's young. Like they're not out of time with Theory. He's not retiring. He's got years and years to go. I think he had some ups and downs because of all the Vince stuff and the egg and my egg. Did you give me my egg? Like, it's so stupid. But he went through his vasectomy. He ended up in the tag team. I think Theory will be something bigger than what he has been.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he's still in the recovery process, the rehab treatment from his
Right.
vasectomy.
Absolutely.
Well,
I
and
mean,
we've been thinking that
good
there's
luck.
going to be the dissension between Waller and Theory for quite a while. Like they've
A
teased it
while,
for a hot minute.
right? Yeah, it felt
Yeah.
like, oh, it's coming, but it never did. So, yeah, I mean, now seems like a very possible time in a triple threat match.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say they've teased that more than like sooner than they did even the tension between Frazier and Axiom.
Yeah, which has kind of been wonky as well. Of like, we love each other, we hate each other. We love each other, we hate each other. But they keep winning.
Hashtag brotherly relationship.
Facts, right?
Right. Randolph saying a little disappointed we didn't get Oba Femi for the Rumble. If we're up to me, he'd be at the main roster yesterday.
Time. Randolph. Like, again, look at all the names that were in at the end of that Rumble. And as much as we love Oba Femi, it's Punk, it's Roman, it's the who's who of the top of the top. Oba's great, but you don't want him getting lost in that. So I understand it would have been nice but there was so much going on. He'll get his moment. He'll be in the next Rumble or the Rumble after. But him as NXT champ right now is perfectly great for him.
The whole thing that we've gone through with Roxanne Perez has made me really like understand this. Of like, you move all that up, and then what? And then he gets lost in the shovel, mixed around, and everything. He's not the world beater he was because now he's on the main roster and everything out the gate. And then everybody loses faith, and then now they want to kick him back down. Let him stay down there. He's arguably rookie of the year because last year, I believe, was the first time any of us heard about Oba Femi. And he burst on the goddamn scene and left a wake in his path. So let him develop more down there, establish himself, and let the snowplow in front of him clear itself out there. Like you said, of all the talented guys up there already, let the path clear for him versus force him up there because he's good.
Yeah, and again, I think there's still a lot to be said for the spotlight he gets because he's in the position he is in. He wouldn't be a world champion on the main roster. He wouldn't, could he be a mid-card champion? Sure, Braun Breaker is. He can go toe-to-toe with Braun Breaker. But again, you want to feel special. You want him to grow. Plus, he's got developing. I mean, he came out of NIL and he looks good. He does. But on certain nights, what if this happens or that? It's experience, it's reps, it's time, and NXT can't suck. Also,
well, and it's the NFL has this issue all the time. You see a really cool rookie quarterback. He looks good in training camp and everything. So let's make him the fucking starter. No, maybe let him learn the fucking game a little bit more and really cook before you unleash him on the world here. Like MDB even said if Oba was in the Rumble, but that also means he has to lose the Rumble. Like
to an extent,
you're going to have every bit of an elevation takes a bit of shine away.
Right. And maybe he's he has an opportunity like something like a next year where he comes out and he eliminates 4 or 5, 6 guys, but maybe this wasn't the Rumble for a young guy like Oba to have that spotlight because you had so much going on. You had so many moments. You had so many others having that spotlight.
Absolutely. Well, and again, I started off with, I think you especially really kind of made me understand with even like the Roxanne Perez stuff. You can keep her down there and she's just going to keep getting better. She's just going to keep heating up until you can let her loose over there because you're not going to send her over there and let her popcorn fart because there ain't much there going with it.
Sorry. I completely agree with you. You hear what's happening? They're doing the whoa, and in between they're going whoop that trick. Whoa, it's the remix.
Hey, that's their tag team name,
right?
Do you foresee a fallout between Oba and Trick in this match?
Most likely, very possible. Yeah. And again, I actually think A-Town Down is going to steal this win, and maybe Trick takes the pin. But I think A-Town Down might steal this to kind of hype up Vengeance Day a little bit more.
I actually agree with you because it's the only way you can get a win over on Oba, and he still looks strong.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, if he wins this tag match, well, then he doesn't really have to fight you at the pay-per-view. And I get it. Well, he won't have Trick's help. Yeah, but let's create a little bit oh no, could he really be in trouble?
Well, and you even said what Trick takes the pin of that kind of also shuts down Trick's conversation of I should be in the match and everything. So
Right.
you keep everything the same and you make Waller and Fury look strong going into it without either one of them pinning Oba.
Right. Animosity right away. Trick slapping Oba, saying, "Get out, I'm starting." And Theory says, "Alrighty, I got you."
Why do I feel like Trick versus Oba feels stand and deliver to me?
Trick Oba?
Yeah, a little. Well, right now I'm wondering who else would you have in that situation versus Oba. Oba's taking the title to stand and deliver. Like I feel with them doing the tag match, this feels slow playing.
Right. Well, you can't. I mean, okay, let's say they make the women's a fatal four-way. They're not going to also make the men's a fatal four-way, are they?
No, I don't think Trick.
No,
Like I said, I think you nailed it to a T, and that's why I think we saved the Trick Oba rematch, what have you, till stand and deliver.
Time-wise, it makes a lot of sense, unless they got to trick up their sleeves.
Pun intended.
But yeah, Trick definitely has. It feels like Trick would be waiting to pick up the scraps of that situation.
Like I said, I really think you nailed it. Of Trick takes the pin here, it knocks him out of that, and now he's got to really establish what Tricky Ricky is and everything like that, and everything is shot back up, and it's a way that Waller in Theory looks strong without beating Oba clean, and at a singles match or anything. So it's a win across the board for everybody, and you can slow play, like depending on what Vengeance Day that reveal is, anything else along the way. If we get a solid challenger for Oba, but Trick versus Oba right now to me seems favorite for there. If we're gonna fantasy book WrestleMania, I'll fantasy book stand and deliver.
Yeah, I kind of see where you're going, and that makes a lot of sense. So 76% of the chat going for Oba and Trick tonight. Only 10% going for A-Town, down 14% to nobody.
Oh,
nobody with the second place vote.
I was gonna say nobody's second place.
Yeah, right. Oh, Oba with the back slap tag. Oh, here comes Theory. There goes Theory.
Yeah, I like this though. This is anything you can do, I can do better.
Right. Oh, big punch by Waller. Nobody for the win. Ethan Page.
I honestly really think a Trick and Oba singles match might really cook, because Oba might make Trick slow down a little bit.
Maybe. And right now, actually, Trick's being kind of the pouty one. Trick's being more of the heelish guy. The fans are behind Oba. Tricky's the one with the attitude.
And it's so funny because it's supposed to be the other way around.
Right? But I love that. Like, oh, whoop that Trick. Whoa. Like,
whoop that Trick. Whoop that Trick.
Pause on that.
Oh, Oba pulling out Trick.
Oh,
Waller flag.
Waller up and over, taking everybody out, including the cameraman.
Yeah.
No, Matt Riddle is the world champion. Facts. Nick, what's the chance we could get the Hardys versus Fraxium?
I don't know. KJ, what's the chance?
Probably like a 60% chance. I'm pretty confident that, I mean, I would like it to happen. I think there's an option there. They teased it. Yeah, 60% right now.
If I'm fantasy booking, I guess, again, stand and deliver, you imagine a triple threat, Rascals, Hardy Boys, Axman, Frazier.
All out. Okay.
Well, I thought that's what the question was. Like, I would be incredibly happy. I don't think we'll ever see it on the main roster, but I think the Hardys backsliding into sneaking their way or in NXT, I think is inevitable in some way there will be a crossover.
Right.
I'm now just fantasy booking Stand and Deliver of making Stand and Deliver just worlds collide, I guess.
Right. As Theory working out Trick right now. I see first Axiom Fraser versus Briggs. Yeah, they're teasing that Briggs in a more match. Again, we got to come up with a name for Briggs and Amora, but
I told you it's Snores of Anarchy.
Snores of Anarchy. Okay, I'll take it.
Bro, tell me, you want to explain how you're interested in that? Like, I wanted to like Briggs. Briggs was, if
Briggs
you had to go the order of who did the best out of, that whole faction split up. Fallon won out, Briggs was second, and then Jensen was third, and he lucked out with the whole cult thing and I've been released and wasn't released and everything.
Right.
Briggs was supposed to be a guy, and then now he definitely not a guy.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. We'll see how this works. Maybe they're really good. I don't fucking know. It's confusing. But
C-Money, Sons of Apathy. Sorry.
Sons of Apathy. But just real quickly on Chris's comment there, the idea, and maybe I don't know if it's Stand and Deliver. It might actually be after Stand and Deliver, Chris. But I do believe we are going to get some type of Worlds Collide, TNA, NXT. So yeah, perfect. Maybe it's Fraxium. If they still have the belts, Fraxium Hardys. All right, you go champion versus champion. You split some wins. I'd be down.
Oh, I think that very much could be a thing. I just halfway was guilty pleasure of throw the Rascals in there just because. Right,
let's get all the things.
Just everything. But could you imagine? Say instead of you talked about it on say WrestleMania and Jordan Grace is even thrown out there. You get an Ultimate X on Stand and Deliver.
Yeah. I mean, a very well. They talked about it being on actually Mania, but I mean, maybe you're right. On Stand and Deliver sounds really good. Makes more sense because of the relationship. And I got distracted by a comment. I think I have to delete it, but it's really funny.
Okay. I think I know who it might be from. That's why I was like, you want to?
Yeah, we're gonna move that one away. Sorry, I got distracted, but I don't think that's allowed.
I know what it was now, but we're moving on.
But Theory and Wall are working well together right now, all over Trick Williams, folks. And again, don't forget, we are back tomorrow. We're back all week long for all your wrestling. And blockbuster, standing blockbuster.
Austin's Theory is Caucasian Trick Williams, I feel. Very athletic, has every bit of talent and of why they should be on the main roster, but it just, for whatever damn reason, don't click all the way.
If MJF would have went to WWE direction, would have been NXT first.
No.
Probably not. Probably not, Sean. I think that would be actually part of the negotiation, part of the conversation of like, all right, we're willing to give you X amount of dollars. We'll start you in NXT, blah, blah, blah. And then you go from there. No, I actually want this much money and I'd rather not go to NXT. This is why. So I do believe that part of the conversation. MJF might be one of the exceptions that bypassed that step.
MJF at that moment when he's cutting the promo of fire me, you fucking mark and everything and hyping up the bidding war. The bidding war doesn't matter. Like, feels very much of a less of a thing if you bid him out and he goes to NXT.
Right. Yeah, true.
Like KJ, you don't sign a big free agent and throw him in like AAA ball or anything.
No, I mean, again, no, it doesn't make a lot of sense on his front. I think I've said the vast majority would end up going that route. There are exceptions.
Right.
KJ, are you interested in the mystery opponent versus Ospreay? Nick, do you have any feed on who the new Callis guy is?
Somebody asked this earlier, I think, when you were on a pause or whatever, and I was like, respectfully, I don't care. Like, just the Callis family is not. It's, to me, it's a better talented Team Taz. Like, it doesn't matter either way. Like, nothing feels super right with them. Like they just have better guys with Fletcher and Takeshita, but they do fuck and all with them.
Right. Yeah,
like I don't. You're here every Wednesday, so I don't know if you have an inside track.
I'm very disappointed. I think Will Ospreay is a guy that you need to strap a rocket to his back and make him the face of this company. He's on every poster. He's on every TV ad. He is the face of this company. Is the heart and soul of this company. He gets away from this lower middle card stuff with Callis. You have a chance to really branch him out. Kenny's another guy. You have the wrong people. The guys that are selling T-shirts, that are selling tickets, that are making people tune in on a Wednesday, you're not booking them in the right spots, and the people that are tuning out are being tuned out. You're booking them more and more and more. I don't get it. You got your show backwards. The Moxleys are killing your show. Ospreay should be a top guy. As this match is on fire now because Oba got in.
Yeah, Zabist. He's about to double death belly driver both men and walking around unabated. Oh, double Samoan drop. But
Samoan drop.
Unabated. Goddamn, every time I say that word I cough. But yeah, just completely just walking around with two human beings, two grown physical athletes and everything on your back, like it's nothing.
Yeah, and not little guys either.
No.
But on fire. The mystery opponent thing, and I know Damien asked about being excited. I can't be excited because I'm afraid.
Sorry.
Oh
so,
my God.
Hits the toss.
What are you doing?
And then Trick tags himself in.
Oba's pissed.
Oh, yeah. I got to the 1 yard line, motherfucker, and you tag me out? What the fuck?
Right? Double shell shock by Oba.
Sorry, I interrupted. I apologize.
Oh, he saved it. He saved it. You guys covered the Super Bowl. Jay Thomas. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Live at 6:30 on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Bum, bum, bum. The Super Bowl party.
Yeah, do we have to do it off beat? Can I do it? Try and see if we get copyright now. Dun, 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 dun.
Drake took the pin. Drake took the pin.
Literally, you called it to
Eddie. Eddie better not be the hacker.
I swear to fuck. Why's he got a strap? Eddie always got a strap on him, and it's the wrong kind of strap.
Strap in and strap on, folks. Maybe Eddie wants a strap match.
Yeah, what are you trying to accomplish here? I wish him would. Like, that's all you're doing. Like, want to go after you right now.
Right. It'll be a joyous day, MDB. But yeah, Oba saying, I don't got time for you. You can have that. But it looks like
I was going to go after Trick.
Okay.
So Trick. There you go. There's where you keep Trick occupied in a strap match now.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what they were going to do with him. I thought maybe the mystery person, but this works too. And again, it looks like they're going to give us a strap match.
Yeah.
Ooh, getting whipped like a government mule.
Interesting choice in February, yeah.
Who needs a win more tomorrow? Ricochet or Swerve?
That's a question. I'm excited for this match. Yeah. I don't know how you feel.
I just wish it was in a different circumstance, and that's me being picky. But again, I think this match should absolutely cook. But we are going off the air. Eddie standing over Trick. Oba's still your champion. We got another
Vengeance Day. See if he's gonna do anything. Do something.
Oh, wait, we gotta wait a minute.
It's a group. That looked like Leon Slater is one of them in there. There was somebody with dreads. There was someone respectfully with a rag and everything that I swear to God looked like Leon Slater. But yeah, no, it's a fucking faction.
I'm gonna bring it back. Ladies and gentlemen, we go off the air from NXT. We will take your rating out of 10. But at the very end of the night, we got the striped line Vengeance tease again. But this time, they clipped to a little teaser. And again, look, Chris is with you.
I'm like I said, I'm dead ass. Like that screams right now there TNA, and I'm like or something. I'm like trying to figure out who, because silhouettes now. That's all we got was silhouettes.
I'm gonna bring it back up.
I know fact checkers, internet detectives.
I'm bringing it back up.
Fair enough.
I got it.
And everybody sit there and try and go silhouette by silhouette here.
But very interesting end to it. They will be at Vengeance Day, whoever they are. Yeah, see, a couple people are gonna think this. I didn't think so at all.
Well, initially at the dress, I was like, maybe, but no.
Dexter?
Yeah, but that's the thing, is I swear, surprisingly enough, the one, because same size, same stature, everything, I was like, that's Leon Slater. Who the rest of y'all?
Does that mean
Retribution 2.0? Oh, ho, ho.
Right? But does that mean that it becomes
the hacker?
Yeah.
I'm super excited. Like, this is one of the few things that I think we've had recently when they do stuff like this that I have no idea. Like, if I saw a glitch or whatever, oh, why it's blah blah blah. This I ain't got no fucking clue.
Right. Okay.
Oh, Chris Bay. Oh, if it was Chris Bay, that'd be amazing. But yeah, hopefully he's able to go again. But yeah.
It's a big arm.
One of them looks like Zion Quinn, says Chris.
Said Cedric Alexander. No. Oh, that is so interesting.
Yeah, Sean Reed. Did you go back, KJ? What do you see? Tell us, future foreseeing Googling man.
It's really hard to pick up on anything. I think you're onto something with Leon.
Eric Young, Sanity,
a new Sanity,
Insanity,
Unsanity. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, get your ratings out of 10 in. How did you feel about the show? What did you like? What didn't you like? But yeah, definitely a very interesting end of the show. But we got Nate 7.5 from Christopher, 6 from Jay, 5.5. That's awfully low. 8.
Yeah.
8. Is Javon still out? Good night. Good night, Brandon.
Javon's still about to take on
TNA Invasion.
Well, and I saw Chris also said of Rich Swann being the dreads and everything.
It did look like Rich Swann with the
yeah, but he's getting better, and I'll leave it at that. So he's going to be out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, my bad. Well, I know the internet people will help us with that, but I have no answer.
Fact checkers, we got the Discords, we got the Twitters, we got the Twitches. Let us know.
Solid 8 for me, 9, 8. How did you feel about tonight's show?
Ooh. Actually, with a bit of this and a bit of that, it's an 8 for me. Maybe a 7.25 or 7.75 or whatever, but it's right around there. Like it had enough little season and everything. Like we had Rolo walking through the parking lot and everything. We had a little bit of the tease throughout it with the Vengeance Day kind of glitch and everything. That again, I'm waiting to see the IWC finally catch on 2 days late. Yeah, like. It had enough little sparks here and there and connectivity. Like we had Dirty Dango. Yeah. So 8.
8, I'm with you. I'll go 8. I have no problem with that. 8, solid show. The stuff I didn't like came and went really fast. There was a couple things in the show I didn't love, but I think they were quick. They didn't labor. A lot happened tonight. Like they shoved a lot into 2 hours. The summit might not have been the most exciting. I think the Bailey Roxanne part of it was really good. Charlotte, again, there's like nails on a chalkboard, but we love her for it when she does it right, or at least some of us do. But ultimately, I think there was really good matches tonight, really solid wrestling matches. Stephanie and Jacy might be the match of the night. Overall, a hell of an episode with a lot of fun, a lot of like, okay, now what? So I'm in. I thought they killed it tonight. entertained. I was entertained.
Fair enough. Absolutely. Well, to me, it was. I'll put it this way: it's an average dish from TNA. It was your regular basic bitch. You know, you get what you get and everything. But they had enough little season and everything, little extra oomph thrown in it and everything. Of you got this, that. You had Dirty Dango. You had this and that thrown in. So
Right.
I think it opened it up there. But
could that be a thing?
Metaphor new members
coming back?
So what? That was Mensa, Leon Knight. So where's Noam Dar? Well, because I was gonna say someone mentioned about the WWE ID, and I'm like, I'm now trying to remember, is Leon Slater a WWE ID guy or is he a TNA guy?
Right. What's the term ID talent supposed to mean? Oh, I mean, independent development, I believe, is the acronym.
Thanks.
And I believe the idea is that, it's talent that's out there doing their thing, their hustle, that there's some level of relationship between them and WWE. WWE will take a vested interest in their development, their training, their improvement. And again, I think it's plus it opens that doorway to ultimately become a WWE superstar. So again, very smart. They got the NIL program, taking the college kids. They got the ID program. Now they got Evolve. They dab it everywhere, my guy.
They have a feeder system / a minor league.
Yeah,
that's really what it is. They have a minor league system in place now.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all. They're really, really being smart about it. Good show, 8 out of 10. This second figure looks like Ricky Starks. No, stop that. Somebody looked like they were wearing a bandana, like Tupac style.
That's the do-rag and everying. And that's what I'm saying. That's Leon Slater. He's the one on the far left.
Far left. Okay. Myron Reed's interesting. Jordan Oliver. We'll see. He might join Nick Wayne and his mom.
They got it going on.
They do. Two of the men look like Keanu Carver and Zach One Sugars. Guys haven't debuted yet. Okay. Would that again, we talk a lot about, is it this person, that person? But what if it's just debuting people? Is that good enough?
Fair enough. No, well, it's interesting either way, because that's the thing is, to me, I think that it's this nice little Easter egg. Now, granted, it depends on how much the Easter egg gets traction. If the Easter egg doesn't get a ton of traction and it's debuting people, could go either way. I think that this might be more TNA crossover, but a debuting thing might be interesting, but you've gotta hit a home run. You can't foul that shit off.
No, and I think that's partly why you get the first initial tease. Like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of buzz about it. It kind of happened, but there wasn't enough for anybody to kind of spread a rumor. We don't know. So I wonder if it was a case of now tonight you give a little more, see if it, we got 2 weeks or a week and a half now to get there. So maybe another little teaser next week. By the time we get to Vengeance Day, there's a little more buzz about who this particularly it might be.
Yeah, fair enough. And again, I still think that they're going to leave it a bit ambiguous, because even we initially, for part of the show, thought it was going to be aimed at Trick and was going one way because it was just behind him. And then now it comes out as Austin Theory and Grace Waller coming out. And I know where the Wyatt Six is at now, but if WWE knows how to at least introduce a kind of teasing faction and everything,
right?
They got a template now for this shit.
Yeah, we saw what they did with Penta, right? 1 week it was just the outline of the mask. The second week it was more of the mask. The third week it said Penta. The fourth week we knew he was coming. I think that's and I just tweeted out from the channel's X Twitter that a still of that final scene on NXT tonight.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we can do it or if we have time or if you want to do it, if we can even pull it up. If we can pull up the evidence, Your Honor.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to do it tonight, but no, because we have to. Yeah,
we'll investigate. The investigation goes on, Gadget.
Right, but no, that's it, man. Overall, good NXT, solid show from start to finish. Lots to talk about. Lots of energy going into next week. Next week is stacked. Already a couple good matches. I mean, again, I think all things are on the up and up with NXT. Numbers are good. Show's great.
100%. And then we go into Dynamite tomorrow night, which we've got Swerve versus Ricochet, which is the match that I'm really looking forward to the most out of that. Of Timeless, Tony Storm is still being timeless. Unfortunately, I feel like it ran out of time a month or two ago. And Ospreay, hey, what do you say? Who could it be? Could that be? We matched him earlier, and he's got a connection to this guy and a connection to AEW. If we're throwing out names like Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb.
Is he? I like that. Are you saying Jeff Cobb? Is it Jeff Cobb?
It's Jeff Cobb. It's Jeff Cobb. It's Jeff Cobb. Yeah, Jeff Cobb makes a lot of sense. Once you kind of went down that path, I was like, he's going to go Cobb. Yeah, Cobb feels. Yeah,
I don't eat Cobb the long way.
No. Yeah, and I think we've seen Cobb in this role before in this company, like that hired mercenary. So yeah, I could definitely see it being Cobb.
Right, but I don't know how to transition from Cobb to Wings and everything, but that, yeah. Well, we're back at it for anything and everything, folks. Yes,
a great show. We're back for Dynamite. Go check out our socials. Be a friend, tell a friend. We are growing super fast. So if you can hear my voice, take our link, share it with everybody you know. Come back tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. Thursday night, the Wing Championship is on the line as the Wing of the Ring returns with up the ante on the hot sauce. We're looking forward to it. Friday SmackDown, Sunday Super Bowl. More coming your way. Be a friend, tell a friend, as I keep saying. But thank you. Good job, NXT. That's all I got.
Tom Pestock, I like that as a sneaky pick on the back end of that. But yes, that's not a bad shout, but never a bad shout. Our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. When you talk about that rest, you put up with that for life with it.
Thank you for joining us, folks. See you on the flip side. Good night.